For most of human history, money was something you could hold: coins, paper bills, precious metals, something physical that could pass from one person's hand to another. But today, something quiet is happening to money. In many places, it's slowly disappearing. Not the concept of money, just the physical version of it. And as cash fades away, a new question quietly emerges. What happens when money becomes something you can no longer hold? Over the past 2 decades, digital payments have rapidly replaced cash. Instead of bills and coins, many people now pay using credit cards, debit cards, or phones. Companies like Visa and MasterCard process trillions of dollars in transactions every year. And mobile payment systems such as Apple allow people to pay for almost anything with a single tap. In many cities, it's now possible to go days, even weeks, without ever touching physical money. Convenient, efficient, almost invisible, but convenience can sometimes hide deeper changes. Some countries are already moving toward a future where cash barely exists. In parts of Northern Europe, cash payments have become rare. Restaurants refuse bills, stores accept only cards, even public transportation systems operate entirely through digital payments. The idea of a cashless society is no longer theoretical, it's slowly becoming reality. And for many people, that sounds perfectly fine until something goes wrong. Cash has one important feature that digital money doesn't: it works without technology. You don't need electricity, you don't need the internet, you don't need a banking system, but the digital money depends on all of those things: power outages, cyber attacks, systems failures. If the networks behind digital payments fail, even temporarily, people can suddenly lose access to their money. Not because it disappeared, but because the system that connects you to it stopped working. Governments are also exploring new forms of digital currency. Some central banks are experimenting with something called central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs. For example, the People's Bank of China has been testing a digital version of its currency known as the digital yuan. I think that's how you pronounce it. Even institutions like the Bank of Canada have studied what a fully digital national currency might look like. These symptoms could make payments faster and easier, but they also introduce a new reality. Money will no longer be something stored in your wallet. It would exist entirely inside digital systems. For most people, that might not sound concerning until they see how the digital money can behave in the real world. In 2022, Canada experienced a large protest known as the Canada Convoy protest. During the conflict, the Canadian government invoked the Emergencies Act. And as part of that response, some financial institutions temporarily froze certain bank accounts connected to the protest. The goal was to disrupt funding for the demonstrations. But for many observers, the moment revealed something unexpected. Access to money could be restricted, not by taking physical cash, but simply by controlling digital accounts. It was a rare glimpse into how financial systems could operate in a world where money exists mostly online. Digital payments are undeniably convenient. They make commerce faster. They eliminate the need to carry cash, but they also create a system where every transaction passes through networks and institutions. Every purchase leaves a record. Every payment moves through servers. And access to money increasingly depends on systems that exist far beyond an individual's control. In a world without cash, money becomes less like an object and more like permission. Cash may not disappear tomorrow, but the direction is clear. Year by year, physical money becomes less common. Cards replace bills, phones replace wallets, and money slowly becomes something we can no longer see or touch. For many people, the future will feel normal, but it raises a quiet question. If money exists only inside digital systems, then who truly controls access to it? Because when cash disappears, money stops being something you hold and becomes something you're allowed to use. This was Quietly Curious, deep dives into tech, mystery, and modern life. My name is Erwin. Thanks for listening. And remember, stay curious, everybody.